see me coming, bet you see me go. Oh, it's getting cold, so cold. I gotta start over again. So many broken pieces, where do I begin? You get to see a flower that I've never seen it grow. Oh, it's getting cold, so cold. You did me wrong, but ain't no love lost here. 'Cause I'm on to
Welcome to another episode of the Jet and Mike Show. We are back again in the studio, and this time we are not alone. Jeez, Jet.
Sorry,
Pod your mic down just a little bit. Goodness,
I'm geeked up off that
goodness
juice.
gracious.
Geeked up
Off that lemonade?
juice. Yeah, lemonade in Bombay.
Oh, my God.
I
Anyways,
had Bombay in a couple
Jet,
days, actually.
it is not my honor, but it'll be your honor to go ahead and introduce our special guest for today's show.
We have a very, 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 very special guest in the building, ladies and gentlemen. I hold this lady very near and dear to my heart. She is the beautiful Hannah Jo Deutsch.
What's up, guys?
Yo, thank you so much for coming in, hanging out, and for giving us a female's perspective on everything that's going on. So
sure.
basically, I'm here to play referee. I want to be the man in the middle, just keeping things honest and true. That's all I want to do. Other than that, I'm gonna pose the questions. You guys are gonna ding, ding, ding. Go ahead.
All right.
So here we are. I started us off listening to Beyonce from the Lemonade album, her latest, and it is all about controversy. A lot of people believe a lot of the stuff in there is about her and Jay-Z
Jigga Man.
and Jay-Z cheating.
Yeah.
And I guess first and foremost, what I want to ask you guys, how did the album make you feel? And since we are gentlemen here, Hannah Jo, you first.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it, so I can only speak on what I've seen. I don't know. I love Beyonce. Like, I respect her work, but I don't feel like, and like I said, I can only speak on the things that I have seen. So I don't want to give a full opinion on it without really knowing.
Right.
But I mean, it was, I don't know. It wasn't her best.
See, all right, here's my issue with it all, because as she said, I haven't seen the whole thing, and I think that's by choice. Because I've heard bits and pieces of things, and my whole issue with it is with something so drastic to happen in your relationship, and for you two to be the people of their stature.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's I mean, and music is all about putting your life into the music, but
Correct.
But at the same token, like, there's got to be, I mean, we got to draw a line in the sand here, because when, as a man, if I fuck up and I take responsibility for my fuck ups, like, that's fine. You know what I mean? And whether I do or I don't, but that is the very last way that I am trying to be outed for making a mistake. Because, first of all, let's start with people have no chill. And it doesn't matter if she took him back or not. That makes him look some sort of way, in which I guess he put himself in the position because he did whatever she's saying that he did. But then at the same token, it's like there's just certain things that I feel like should stay private and should stay at home. And then when it comes to things of your relationship like that, I mean, at least while you're still together, I kind of feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, and please interject, but I kind of feel like that kind of puts a label on your relationship and makes you look a certain type of way as the person who's outing the cheater, is because not only are you outing them, but then now you're, because there was another piece of the video or whatever that was talking about how I've forgiven them and we've moved on and that's fine. But then you've got people out there that think once a cheater, always a cheater. So then that makes you look, no, girl, you stupid for taking him back because he's just going to do it again.
Well,
he's just gonna do it again.
Beyonce has always prided herself in her work on being upfront and honest and very, letting people know what's going on with her, So, I mean, I'm not shocked that she put something out like this, because Beyonce makes money off of the women that think just like what you just said. Like, she makes
Right.
so much money off of them. Like, that's how she sells her records. That's how she gets all these tours. That's how she's became the mega super duper star that she is because of the fact that she's able to sell people on feelings. She writes music, not necessarily of something that she's going through,
Exactly.
but what they might be going through, you know, and her writers know that, and she knows that. I mean,
Yeah, and in the same breath, like, I feel like she's good about staying on hot button issues for women, like with the cheating and then the single ladies. You know, she really knows how to get women hyped. I think the difference with Lemonade, though, is that it does seem more personal. Like, she really, if you watch it, she really, I mean, she even says, like, he's going to lose his wife if he does this shit again. I mean, that's pretty upfront, you know? So, I mean, that's kind of different than, like, to the left, to the, you know, like, that's a little different than that.
And then I can't even, you know what, I have to actually retract one of my last statements about that makes him look. He don't care how he looks because he was in the video, and
He wouldn't have been in the video if she really was that pissed off about it.
No, right. And I mean, and whether she was or she wasn't, I mean, he agreed to do it. So I mean, he's I think that's his way of, you know, saying, hey, I messed up, whatever.
Yeah, he's come out. He's come out and said, I mean, obviously Beyonce had to play the whole album for him. He listened to the whole album before she released it. And he came out and he said that he's in full support of her artistic vision with this album and what she's trying to do, which leads me to believe, and I'll ask you guys what you think about this, that it's all a plot to sell tickets.
Absolutely. I agree.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Because he now is coming out with the response, right?
Yeah, and that's another thing I was gonna mention to you guys. Hannah, don't jump the gun.
Sorry.
But no, a rebuttal album is supposed to be in place, coming out by Jay-Z. And Jay-Z was rumored last year, at the end of last year, to be retired, not doing any more albums. But I guess, you know, big things happen, so we could end up seeing his whole tour and everything that he has, you know, coming out, you know, and he could be speaking up for the fellas and their side of it.
Yeah.
Hopefully so, man. I mean, and like I say, I mean, you as a person that, I mean, I don't get my rocks off on the whole cheating aspect, man or woman. There's no justifying that. At the same token, I think the whole thing to me is just, and I'm gonna get so much flack for this, and I don't mean statistically everything that Beyonce has done, and will Jay-Z for that, to the point of him putting out a rebuttal and all this to be selling tickets, but everything that they've done statistically, they're deserving of everything they have coming to them, everything that they have gotten. But personally, I think Beyonce is overrated. And
Ooh, you trying to maybe you stop listening to our podcast already?
Personally, I think she's overrated, and I think that this, because of the message of what she was trying to say, really touched a lot. Like you guys said, really touched a lot of women that might be going through it. I feel that people are overlooking the music aspect of it, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Because I think the music was trash. I think I didn't like any song that I heard, and I think they were too focused on being ready to get together a coalition of angry women to go cut off men's dicks that they just.
I mean, and you know
decided
me,
not
like,
to.
I'm pretty open when it comes to music. Like, I like a whole lot of different things, and I like,
sure.
you know, weird sounds and different vibes and stuff like that. And so hearing the clip that we watched yesterday, Justin and I watched, was just like the beginning of it. And I thought it was a very odd thing for her to do. Whatever her style was very weird to me. And like, you and I talked about this as well not that long ago, that if anybody else had tried to do what she just did with that weird thing, I can't even really describe it. It was so odd. Like, it wasn't her sound to me at all. And I feel like if it was just anybody else doing that, it wouldn't have come across. It wouldn't have like gone over so well for anybody else, just because it was Beyonce.
Yeah, everybody I feel like would have been, and see, to me, I guess that's to the perfect point of why I say personally I think she's overrated, is because there are certain people, there are certain individuals in this game that no matter what they do, no matter how garbage it is, their fan base is so strong and stand behind them so much to the point that they can put out trash, and people, that's the best thing that they've ever heard from them. That's the best thing that they're hearing. And I'm sorry, people, this is not. People are making this seem like this is the best album that Beyonce has put out, and I've got to strongly disagree. It's just the message that people are holding on to. Now, this might be the most powerful message that you've ever heard in a body of work, but as an album, as a musical project, this is it just wasn't. I don't know.
Okay, so segue into the next question. If this album is not her best work, as you guys both agree, then what would you guys say is her best work that she's done?
What's the one? What's the album with? Honestly, man, the one that my most favorite is probably when she was with Destiny's Child.
Yeah.
But individually, whatever the one with Single Ladies is, I think that had
Sasha Fierce.
that had a bunch of cuts on it. I think that might be individually. I think that's her best one to date, in my opinion. But
right.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I respect her work. I'm not a fanatic by any stretch of the imagination. So not really. Yeah. I mean, I like her music, but it's more like the mainstream kind of stuff. I wouldn't go out of my way to.
Drunken Love is a banger. I still play that song. I really like that one. Jigga got off.
So what do you guys think is the main reason why people, really hang on to B's work, and why they especially women, why they hang on to her work, and why do they, gravitate to it so hard?
I think that she's just really strong, and she's strong-willed in what she's saying. You really believe, when she put out Single Ladies, she was not single. She hasn't been single for a while, you know what I mean? But, everybody got into formation and was like, we're single too, and love that. Women love that, just looking up to someone with that power, okay, if she can do it, then we can do it too.
And like I think somebody mentioned earlier, she makes music for those women that are, how I feel is the music that she makes preys on the single bitter women. That's just me personally, and like you say, she wasn't single when she made that, but she knew that there were going to be some single women in there. Just like hell, there were freaking women that were engaged to their fiancés that heard Single Ladies and was like, you know what? No, I'm at the club, whatever, broke off the engagement just to go out that night and get it in. I strongly believe that her music preys on the independent, I don't know what the other word I'm looking for. I mean, like I say, I feel like a lot of her female supporters are I feel like
they've
a lot of them are
burned.
just I feel like she just makes music for the ones that have really been burned in the past by whatever situation, and
So we invite you, our listeners, to comment in the comment box, and definitely like this video, and let us know how you're feeling. I mean, do you think that Beyonce preys on the hurt? I'll say hurt, wounded, scabbed individuals,
bitter,
who have went through situations,
bitter,
who have went through situations similar to such.
And the ones that hate this, you might be bitter yourself.
Controversial as always, everybody. Jet, Hannah, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And like I said, if you guys have anything else,
All the single ladies.
we're gonna send it out with Single Ladies. Thanks so much, guys.
Now put your hands